Hi guys, I'm Brett Buckles here at Camp Hero Fitness with newly crowned IFBB Pro Stephen Mass. We're here watching a video of him about to do a back and bicep workout, and we're going to do a little interview to see what really got Stephen Mass here so excited about the whole fitness industry to begin with. So, Stephen, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, how's it going? Stephen Mass here.
Okay, what got you into fitness?
Being involved in sports growing up and, partially also wanting to look good and increase my athleticism, but also look the part. And, it's just become a passion of mine.
How old are you?
27.
What sports did you play growing up?
A couple different ones, but mainly hockey was my main sport.
What drew you to hockey?
Really just a friend of mine played, and I went out and tried it out, and just really enjoyed it.
Have you lived in Texas your whole life?
Yes, I have.
So that's going to say hockey's not really popular in Texas. I'm surprised you didn't get slack to play football or baseball.
Yeah, weird enough, my dad didn't want me playing football because of the high risk of injury, but he let me play full contact hockey.
That's kind of funny. Did you like all the fighting and stuff involved? And that's probably why you like training with Justin Blevins, considering he's a fighter and all, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I did rack up my fair share of penalty minutes.
So how many years have you been training?
Seriously training in college, I started when I changed my degree plan to exercise science. I really stuck to it and really picked it up, but off and on really since high school.
Okay, now you train at Camp Hero Fitness. Now, obviously, you have a really good shaped body, and you like to make baby noises whenever you train. No, I'm just kidding. That's a baby in the background. But you've been to different gyms. You've been in the scene. You know what it's kind of all about. There's kind of a different dynamic with gyms and everything like that. What is it you like best that's really kind of drawing you into Camp Hero? What do you think kind of separates Camp Hero from other gyms?
Really, I just haven't I've never seen a place that has the type of motivational people here, the team atmosphere, and it's just a totally different vibe that you got going on in Camp Hero. So it's really helped me take it to the next level, and has motivated me to keep doing another competition, then another competition, then just with the great people here and the other competitors, it really just keeps me motivated for sure.
So I think a lot of people would think if you're at a gym full of competitors, there would be maybe like a lot of cattiness or maybe some selfishness or a lot of me type stuff going on. I mean, do you think obviously we don't get a lot of that at Camp Hero. I mean, do you feel that at all there? Or do you feel a lot more like actually encouragement?
Definitely. I feel a lot of encouragement. I had everybody from Camp Hero really congratulate me on how I did recently at Nationals, and I hope it really turns more into motivation for everybody else and inspiration, because we have so much potential here and already nationally qualified competitors that hopefully there's a lot more pro cards to come this coming year.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's one thing, obviously, being kind of involved in the foundation at Camp Hero, it's really big about the environment. We're really big about keeping it a positive environment, where we build up others in order to build ourselves up, because if you're surrounded with powerful people, you're going to be powerful, and to some people, I think that's a great thing. People like you fit in this environment, you kind of rise to the challenge, and I think some people, they come into an environment and it's intimidating, and it's a lot easier to be a big fish in a small pond. But if you want to be a pro and and you desire to be the best, you want your friends to be the best, you want your competition to be the best, you want your trainers to be the best. I mean, really, I always tell everybody, to be good is hard enough as it is, but to be great, it's like an obsession, and I'm happy to see, I saw you from the beginning and how much you've changed and improved, and especially your shoulder development has really come along. What do you attribute a lot of your gains to within even really just last few months?
Well, I hooked up with Justin Blevins and just kind of let him take control of my training, and he really makes me do things that I would never think about doing as far as my exercises go, and the volume I put on certain muscle groups and things that I just never really have done. So I think it's really helped my physique and develop some of the weak points that I had in my body. So I really attribute to just listening to him and pushing my body further than I normally would have done on my own.
So, a lot of people think, how old are you again?
27.
7? Okay, 27. A lot of people think, like, look at you, you're in great shape, you're great build, why do you need a trainer? Like, don't you already know how to diet? Don't you know how to train? I mean, do you find there's an advantage when you have someone you're accountable to and somebody who does get you out of your comfort zone? Like, do you ever find your workouts get stagnant when you don't have someone else outside of you to...
Yeah, exactly. It goes back to my answer right before, is that, I have someone to be accountable for, but I have someone to, just listen to what they tell me, and I do it, and it's obviously things that I wouldn't have, done on my own. And what that really makes me do is just push it further than I would have on my own, and it really goes to show that, like, it's helped me make some major improvements, even in the course of several months, really.
Yeah. Well, I think sometimes, too, it helps whenever, you train with some other guys like, Sean Rogan, he's won the Europa in a few shows himself, and then there's other guys like Adam Siswerda, and, there's really like a multitude of people you train with. I think sometimes it probably helps, too, when all you'll have different strengths and different weaknesses, and it seems that it's kind of human nature. We kind of balance each other out when we're around other people with, powerful qualities. You got some great shoulders, obviously some great conditioning, great abs, but then, being around someone who maybe has some, better arms or some better, legs or something like that sometimes inspires us to build up those other parts, I mean, is that how you feel?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Definitely. And I feel like, you kind of, the people that, you're around, everyone has their strong points, and it inspires you to work on those points better. And you almost want to, like, the ultimate goal is to almost everybody have that ultimate physique. Mm-hmm. So you just, you kind of, build off each other, and it helps you. Like, training with Sean, he's extremely lean. Mm-hmm. So it helped me, like, I had to push a little bit harder to get to that point of being as lean as him, which I still didn't reach, but it definitely, I think, helped me,
That's a good point. You have some great shoulders, and Sean has some great conditioning, and so matching y'all up is probably a good thing. Do you now for you, anyone who's out there who's really in industry knows that diet's pretty much the first and foremost most important thing when it comes to especially competitions. Like, do you find, like, is there a diet style that works best for you, or have you just tried different things, or is your body constantly changing?
My body's constantly changing, and I've done 3 shows, and every show I've dieted differently. Mm-hmm. So I'm still trying new things, and even for the next show I decide to do, I might even diet differently for that one. It just really depends, and it depends on the length of time I take to start dieting and how I look at that time. And but yeah, I still have no specific way that I choose to do leading into a show.
How much cardio are you doing leading up to the show?
We started at about 30 minutes a few times a week, and then we slowly increased it, 45 minutes, almost every day, then an hour. And then for about a 2-week window there, about 3 weeks away from the show, I upped it to about 2 hours a day, and then I started bringing it back down right at the very end to about an hour a day.
When it came to, like, winning your pro card, how did you feel? Like, was it a shock?
Oh, it was definitely a shock. People were telling us that Vince, the guy that won first place and won overall, Vince and I, that we got first and second place. We were the top 2, at least at the time. We didn't know who won. But, everyone's saying we're going pro, and it's only the morning show. So it was just really kind of overwhelming, and I didn't want to believe it, and I didn't want to take any of that in. So I went back to the hotel room and just sat in peace and quiet and just waited till the evening show until to see if it really came true, and sure enough, I took second, which earned me my pro card. Do
you have any plans already for what pro show you're going to do?
I'm going to take some time off and try to grow a little bit, and I've looked at the schedule just quickly. I have to relook at it, but I think I'm going to do the Dallas Europa and the Houston show, get the 2 that are in Texas, and then at least one other show that's out of state. Like I said, I have to look back at the schedule. I kind of like to do 3 that are pretty close together, so there's not too much up and down dieting.
What body parts are you trying to develop the most right now?
You know, it's really all about, I think, creating more of that V taper, and just bringing out maybe a little bit more shoulders, upper back, and chest, and that's probably about it.
Cool. Well, we really appreciate your time and everything you've done for Camp Hero, and look forward to seeing what you're going to do in the future.
Thank you.